If I let go of who I am, I become who I might be. Lao Tzu.
I think it means, in its very simplistic form, that if you disconnect from everything that you identify as being you, then you can give yourself a new perspective and the ability to develop your potential. Our identities are often very important to us. They are abstract concepts which we use to define each other. However, if your identity becomes a block to you striving forward, then stepping back from it to see the range of possibilities in front of you could be a good idea. We know so little about the human mind that we need to be cautious in terms of how we are defined. Although, for example, I am proud to be a woman, attaching myself to the female identity in some situations could limit my success by implicit stereotyping.
This implicit stereotyping is known in psychology as stereotype threat. Stereotype threat is a concept known to impede performance in sport, academic examinations, and other performance domains. Stereotype threat occurs when people are in situations of conforming to stereotypes. This is okay if you belong to a successful team or a positive group in society. But if you're the underdog, you risk behaving exactly as your stereotype dictates. In fact, research has shown that awareness of the stereotype at a crucial moment can have a major impact on performance, decision-making, etc., and might keep you from thinking with depth and breadth about the possibilities that are up for grabs. What are the identities that you are connected to that prevent you from seeing the bigger picture? Could they be connected to your age, your gender, your experience, your self-rating, or something else? Take some time to think about it and notice what happens when you remove that identity for a moment. What are the new possibilities that open up?
This quote, it talks about being stuck in the past. What you are now is based on what has gone before, but if you stay where you are, you will find it difficult to reach your full potential. The quote says, when they let go of what they are now, they give themselves the room necessary to grow into the person they could become. This quote is all about taking risks and about growth. It also mentions that you have to let go of what you are presently if you are to continue to grow. Like the caterpillar, you have to let go of what you are if you are to become a beautiful butterfly. When you let go, you allow yourself to accept the changes in life. Sometimes life changes anyway. But to reach your full potential, you have to let go of your old limits and those things that hold you in this place. They might be old beliefs, they might be old values, and they might be old places. Sometimes, moving to the next level is as much about what you gain as what you leave behind.
Why is embracing change important? It's not always easy to let go and embrace change, but it is necessary. As a child, you have to let go of your parents to go play with your friends. As a youth, you have to let go of your parents to go to school. As a young adult, you have to let go of your family and strike out on your own. In each case, you have to let go and embrace change if you are to become all that you might be. If you don't embrace change, will you be able to, by yourself, stop progress? Unfortunately, the answer is yes. If the subject is your own changes. If you continue in a childish mindset, you can stop progress, but you will never become what you might be as an adult. Unfortunately, it's such a common phenomenon. It has its own name: arrested development. Where can I apply this in my life? What in your life is ready for a change? What within you, or around you, needs to be freshened up a bit? If you want to update the kitchen, you're going to have to let go of the old layout, appliances, tile, or cabinets. In some cases, you'll be willing to embrace this without hesitation. Other times, it may be a bit more trying. Similarly, if you want to move on in your life, you may need to let go of some of what you think you are. I still think of myself as a bit of an introvert, but I've been stepping out from behind the label, as it is keeping me from what I might be. I'm not sure what that might be, but I know the introvert label and my belief in it is holding me back. What did you come up with? Do you need to let go of the old carpet in order for the house to become what it might be? In most cases, that's not a very big problem, is it? But what if it was something more personal? A habit you hold as part of your identity? What if what you had to let go of was, my favorite thing to pick on, smoking? What if nearly all your friends smoke, and when someone asks who you are and what do you do, one of the first words out of your mouth is, "I am a smoker." But what might it be holding you back from becoming? And how difficult might it be to embrace the change? This particular habit has biological components, social components, and no small amount of personal identity components. Fail to embrace the change at any of these levels, and the change is pretty much doomed, isn't it? And you may have be able to think of other components with which I am not familiar. You will have to find the reasons to embrace your changes. You will have to make sure the reasons are bigger, stronger, and more compelling than the discomfort you will experience in the change. But once you have that figured out, you are already most of the way there. Then it's just coming up with the steps that move you in that direction and getting in motion.
Where you presently are is the top of a small mountain. You can see another mountain nearby, a place that you would rather be. However, to get there, you have to let go of your present location and climb down through the forests, slog through the swamps, and then climb up the other mountain. If you don't embrace the change, you'll probably never make it all the way down your hill, much less up the next one. If you are unwilling to let go of what you have, what you are, or where you are, you will find it very difficult to become what you might be. It's not always easy, it's not always fun, and it is likely to be at least a little bit scary. But I don't know how else to get from here to there.